Yeah, I'm fine, sweetheart.
Good. Right, catch you later. We're going for a haircut.
Oh, good for you. You or him?
Him.
Lovely.
The two things that I do very, very well is being a dad and being an undertaker. I'm on a 0 hour. I get a reasonable amount of hours. I will say that for them. They are, you know, I think they appreciate the way I work. They know that when I'm there, I always do my best. The possibility exists that I could get a proper contracted job, 160 hours a month. What you get out of this is a very rewarding job, because the people that come through those doors, they're as low as anyone can be. They've lost a wife, husband, father, God forbid, child. And it's your job to help them. I mean, you can't, I'd love to be able to take away their grief. I really would. I can't. Only time and the good Lord can do that. What I can do is give their loved one a dignified send-off. I know from hearing people speak, that is a help. And I'm conscious of the responsibility. I'm conscious of the fact that in some respects it's a privilege. How many people have a picture of a hearse as their screensaver? I do, because I love what I do. I'm in a hearse appreciation group on Facebook, and I put a picture of the hearse I drive, and I got a lot of likes because I think they're just people that like hearses, but I'm the professional.
Okay, so it's the day of your interview. How are you feeling?
Reasonably confident. I mean, they know me. They know that I put a lot of effort in. I'd like to think I put a lot of effort in. They know I'm experienced. I'd like to think I get on with everybody. I know I don't want to use that horrible phrase team player, but I'd like to think I am a team player. We all have to dovetail. I mean, there aren't that many of us. There's only about 7 or 8 of us, you know, up in the front line, out in the sharp end, and we all have to pull together, and I'd like to think I do my bit. Whether they think I do my bit is entirely up to them, but I can only go in and, you know, answer all the questions honestly, and we'll take it from there.
It's an opportunity, I think, if I get it, that some, at least, of the pressure will be off, and that I can try and structure my life rather than carrying on in the sort of random, chaotic way I am at the moment. And it won't be also hand to mouth.
Why is it the only time you're ever really friendly is when I'm eating?
It's funny, if I was a coin, one side would be the self-destructive me, which unfortunately has been the predominant one for most of my life. The other side of the coin would be, it's not all is not lost. We can turn this round.
I think it went quite well. I mean, I am experienced. I mean, I've been here a year and a half. They know how I work, and I'd like to think I work, you know, as well as anyone can. Obviously, they've just got to decide. I'm cautiously optimistic, but not overly optimistic, because I'm not kidding myself. But I think I've done enough to get it.
It's pretty shocking that these windows.
Well, I was just saying, lady, the things that need to be done around here are just beyond a joke. But I don't know whether to expend any time and effort on them if this place is going to get knocked down next year.
Yeah.
If they say to me, Mr. Morris, it's going to be knocked down in 2023,
Then you'll be like, fuck
then
it.
right, well, let's get it repainted, let's get it carpeted, let's get some new furniture. It may be chaotic, his house, but at least it's happy. This is where she turns around and tells me she's never been more miserable in her life. Don't pull that face. You know, when I look at Olivia, the way she's turned out, as you said, you know, nothing's more rewarding than seeing your children turn out to be responsible. She's always been a good kid. I should be making life better for her. I should be making life a lot less uncertain. What's the matter, pussycat wheeler?
Do you know we can bin all this soon?
It's funny we were talking about that, because I was saying to Adi, I'm going to talk to your mum soon and ask her if I can get rid of it.
Well, I'm sure if she wanted it. Did she take my lamp?
And I said, when people say to you, money can't buy you happiness, I said, that's a load of rubbish. I said, honestly, I said, I've struggled because I didn't apply myself enough in my life. You know, you've seen your mum and me split up because of money worries and what have you. I said, if you want that roof over your head, you've got to earn. If you want a car, you've got to earn. If you want to go on holiday, you've got to earn. These things don't fall out the sky. But I said to you, that's the only thing that I'll let you decide where to put my ashes, because I do want to be cremated, I think. And I'd rather you scatter the ashes somewhere that means something to you, rather than me being in
Swallows and Amazons, bro.
Yeah, the Emery Down, rather than you having to visit a municipal cemetery with me in it, or a churchyard.
Yeah.
You don't even have to visit it, I suppose. Once you've done it, you just know that's where I am.
Yeah.
You know?
Somewhere in nature.
Yeah. A lot of suicide is young sort of men in their 20s who feel they're not measuring up to GQ and loaded and nuts. I mean, that might be a gross oversimplification, but they are pressured to be something better. Apparently more and more young women are going bankrupt because they're trying to live a wag lifestyle on an Asda income, and you can't do it. We're having these people who, it seems, are famous purely because they're famous. They don't actually do anything constructive. None of them have ever cured AIDS or done open heart surgery on somebody or split the atom. They got big boobs and they sing and they kick a bag of wind about. And we're supposed to look up to these people and emulate their lifestyle. During the lunch hour, I would take a walk up to the local Catholic church, and I'd tuck myself into a pew at the back and just have a chat with God. Tell him how I felt. Ask for help with various things. Because I can't ask him to fix my problems, because it doesn't work that way. He gave us free will. We've got to fix our own problems. But sometimes I lack the clarity of thought. I'm my own worst enemy on that front. So I just say to him, look, just give me a bit of strength. Help me see the wood for the trees. Because sometimes there are just far, far too many trees.
Have you planned your own funeral?
Well, I kind of know what I want. I kind of know the music that even though I'm religious, I don't actually fancy hymns. I'm not a hymn person. The entry music is going to be the Imperial March from The Empire Strikes Back, because I just think that's a great tune. And I also think it might be a good tune for four guys to carry a coffin to, because it's a dum 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 da dum dum da dum. I think that might work. That might look good. And the reflection music, I want the theme from The Rocketeer, which is another of my favourite films. It's a fantastic piece of music. And the exit is going to be the end of Star Trek VI, the last of the original cast movies, which I remember crying my eyes out when I was, 32? I mean, I hope people will remember the me that has a pretty offbeat sense of humour. I'd hope they'd think of me and smile. If they want to think of me and cry, that's entirely up to them. But if they think of me and smile and look back with a bit of happiness, that's good. I'd hate people to look back at me and see me in a bad light. I'd hate that. I mean, I've got my faults, I know, but I'd like to think I'm fundamentally decent, and I value decency. Decency in a person is a good thing, and I'd like to think that I'm fundamentally decent. I mean, I've had my moments. As I said to you before, one of the things I get from my father is sarcasm, and sarcasm is not decent. Sarcasm can be quite cruel, and in fact I've tried to wind that back a bit in recent years, because you don't have, no one has the right to be nasty. No one has the right to be nasty. I don't want to be nasty. I want to be remembered as one of the good guys. We get called out to pick people up, and they've died unexpectedly, but they've been there for weeks, perhaps months. And I've done that more often than I would have liked to have. I don't mind telling you that. And you think, do you have no contact with anyone? You know, how can you be lying dead in a flat for 3 months and there are people either side of you? And you just think, have we become so isolated?
That's impressive.
Again, you think of that meme, the woman sat in a chapel with a coffin and it's absolutely empty, and she said, "You had 2,000 friends on Facebook. I thought there'd be more people here." You know, we might be talking to people in Pago Pago or San Francisco, but they're not really friends. If you see on someone's headstone, Joe so-and-so, 1922-2016, that little dash is your life. That's everything you've ever done, every person you've ever met, every person you've ever dated, every meal you've ever ate, every football match you've ever been to, every holiday you've ever taken. That tiny little dash is your life. And what have you put into that dash? And what has that dash given you in return? I know that's what's done is done. I won't get my wife back. I won't get my 20s back. I won't get my 32-inch waist. I won't get my dark brown hair back. I won't get my school years back. They'll never come back. They're gone. Maybe things aren't as bad as in my life as I think they are. You know, you've got to just be thankful for what you got. I mean, it's an awful cliche, but I am thankful for what I've got. I'd like a bit more. I'd like a bit more money in the bank and a bit more food in the cupboards, but I get by. I am a survivor. There's lots of things I'm not, but one thing I am is I'm a survivor. And I'd like to think I'm an optimist. An optimist on the pessimistic end of the scale, if that makes any sense. But there you are, that's me. Yeah, getting the full-time contract is satisfying because it shows that I'm still valued, even at my age, that I haven't been thrown on the scrap heap yet. I just think at the end of the day it's going to be all right.